Check 212. Mic is working. Let's get started. What's up, everyone? Thanks for joining in. I think I'll do this the same thing I did today. I'll start the stream a little bit early. I'll get everything ready, let you guys load in so we can start it automatically. So I got the stream layout for today. Go over ETH, XRP, the two main plays that I took. I'm not going to go over Casper's plays because he'll be on the stream tomorrow for you guys to show you his plays, and he'll go into depth on those. We'll go over, again, Tether dominance, where it's at, like a Bitcoin dominance. Number 3, don't fade the rock. If you guys don't know what that is, we'll go over it. And then top cryptos this week to trade, and then we'll go over all of our trades for May so far, and we'll get into your questions at the end. I won't be streaming in the Discord today, so if you do want to hop on the stream, make sure, I'll put my voice in the Discord. I just don't want anyone to talk over it. So if you guys want to listen to the Discord, I'll also go in there right now. Let me remove speech options right now. Cool. Yo, what's going on, Discord fam? The main stream will definitely be on YouTube. So if you guys want to get better quality, head over there. I'm gonna pull up a screenshot of the, we'll go over the ETH trade first, which was absolutely beautiful. So there's two main ETH trades to begin with, by the way. I see some more people are piling in right now. Two main ETH trades that went down. The first one was the best possible entry you could have ever had currently, and most likely was the complete bottom signal, which was in the last stream we did. I think it was the last stream, at least. That might have been on the 13th or the 11th. So May 11th, might have been 2 streams ago. May 11th, we were on stream trying to figure out where the knife was going to bounce from, because ETH kept dipping and dipping and dipping, as you can see. So we had to determine at which level can we buy this knife. Are we going to buy the ETH dip at 10%? Are we going to buy the ETH dip at a 20% dip? Are we going to buy the ETH dip at a 36% dip? We had to figure out at what point in time were we going to have the best possible chance for a reversal using high time frames. And also shout out to Nick, because Nick pointed out a very important daily order block, which evidently was the complete bottom for ETH. So if you want to see that one in real time, you can go back to the last stream. Otherwise, we'll just go over right now to show you exactly how we found out that this 1800 level was the point at which we buy the knife. And for those that are new to trading, the knife is simply just considered the massive down draw in an asset. At what point some people say, don't buy the knife, don't buy the knife. There's times at which you get some of the best entries possible by buying this knife. You just have to figure out where it's going to be. This would be very simple. We just took the last down candle before the massive sponsor, right? The sponsorship of the break of trend from the last bull run, right? And I reference this as the last bull run because this last down candle on July 20th was the down candle that produced the demand after that sponsored the break of these highs. Let me highlight these. the break of these highs, the break of these highs, and then evidently the break of all-time highs. So there's a very important level down here. We just took the body of this daily candle, and then we took the 50% level, which ended up being 1800 even. I'll show you guys how to do that right now using the fib tool. All we did, take the fib tool. The fib tool is a little bit edited right now, but we take from the bottom to the top or top to the bottom, doesn't matter because the 50% retrace will be exactly the same. Here are the exact fib retracement settings. You got your 0 and your 1 as your top and bottom, and then 50 as your midpoint retracement. Simple as that. Extend them to the right. At the green point, I highlighted green because this is normally where you want to start buying, or below the green, as I tell you guys in every stream, right? This is the 50% retrace level, green. Anything below it is an absolute buy point because it offers the best risk reward possible. So if you're going long at these points in time, I'll show you guys this, right? If you go long at the midpoint here, show you this using a TP graph. It offers the best risk reward because it usually sponsors some major reversals to the upside, and all you want to do is stop out if it comes below the zone, right? Anything below the massive demand block on the daily below this, just stop out the trade, take your loss and move on, because then the demand has been filled completely and the supply is overwhelming it, meaning there's a potential to continue to the downside from that point. And we'll fast forward to real time and see exactly what happened. And as you can see, the green point at 1800 on the daily order block was the pico bottom. So shout out to everyone that was in the last stream able to catch that. Shout out to Nick, who actually pointed this out live on the stream as well. Really couldn't have got any better than that. If you did, however, miss those bids from the stream at that point, we gave you guys entries, I think it was 2 days ago. What was it, 13th? 2 days ago, probably towards the end of the night. We set Discord limits, or sent the limits in Discord at 1975. I'm going to go over right now how I figured out that 1975 was also going to be a very key level where price has a decent chance at reversal, because at this point, ETH had already railed about 20% to the upside. Not the best point to actually buy the asset after it rails 20% from the daily demand. We want to find some type of retrace, and we want to try to assume, right, a decent level where this retrace will give us another reversal point. And we found that, and we're in great profits right now on this one. So I'll go over the ETH trade, the second ETH trade in full, to show you guys how we determined that this exact level was where we thought ETH was going to bounce, and evidently it did bounce. Welcome in, everyone. Ton of viewers today, ton of people in the Discord, ton of people on YouTube. Great Sunday stream. So this will be the start of the real juicy information you guys are going to need, is going over this trade right here. And as you can see, just for proof of signal for those who actually, I don't know, may not be in the group. Some of you, this is a live YouTube, some of you actually might not be in the premium side, but here was the exact signal we sent on that day before price was ever at our level, right? And as you can see, there's the bounce. So can't lie about any of this. Let's go over exactly why this did bounce. So one of the main things that I wanted to do was go to a lower time frame, 15 minute, 30 minute, and try to figure out what type of structure are we forming now after we hit this point of interest, which was that daily demand block. The first thing I wanted to chart out was the major lows to major highs, right? A lot of people ask me, how do you determine that this is a weak low and this is a strong high, right? Well, before anything, let's do this. We'll do a replay setting and show you guys exactly how we determine this. Before anything ever happens, there is no weak low here or strong high. The way that you determine this is on breaks, right? So this high, if in the event that it breaks these lows, becomes a strong high, because from those highs, it was able to break the lows, meaning a ton of supply was developed in that range, and you want to mark that down on your chart. That means when it gets towards a strong high level, you're going to have either harsh rejection or a breakout, which signifies a change of your trend in a possible reversal pattern. And we'll fast forward this here. Boom, and as you can see, the strong high broke the lows. This means that there is a good chance that we have continuation to the downside because we have broke to the downside, right? And again, we'll play this. You have highs here again. If it breaks the downside, these highs will be strong. I didn't mark those because they were a little too close to the previous ones, and this is low time frame, so no need to be redundant here. As you can see, broke to the lows again. And this is where structure is forming. And all you want to do during this period of time is figure out what is the structure, right? Where are the weak lows? Where are the strong highs? And where can we determine where a potential change of trend will develop? And I'll show you guys this as we play through this, at what points in time. You get the daily demand. As soon as the daily demand hits, right, we're on low time frame. As soon as a high time frame demand block hits and gives us a decent bounce and starts to break certain trends, this is where we start developing this chart here. And as you can see from this one, this is an important period of time because we do have this high produced, we have lows produced, and then we have the internal break of structure as it broke to the upside. We haven't seen much of anything break to the upside during this trend, right? Weak low to strong high, nothing breaking to the upside yet. And then you get the first point here at about 2,000 bucks, right? 2,000 bucks, psychological level. And we come to the downside here, forming trend. We don't want the low to break. The main thing is after your high time frame point of interest hits, all you are waiting for is those higher lows to start forming. And this is when you start to develop your more bullish thesis on a micro time frame, because now we can start to think to go long instead of continuing to short into that 30% dip that we got. We'll place a little bit more. We're waiting for this again, right? The high that sponsor this bull break. As soon as this breaks, now we have an internal structure break, right? The internal structure break will be between this zone here. We'll back that up. We'll play it again. So you get your internal structure break. And then at this point in time, this is where I started looking for longs, right? As soon as I see the internal structure break here, we have the higher lows. We have the previous structure that sponsored the bull break. Now all we want is a higher low, got the higher low, broke to the upside. And now I start looking for the longs, right? And then I try to figure out where are we going to find longs at. And this is where, and before playing the replay anymore, I'll show you exactly what I determined, right? At what point in time are we going to figure out that there's going to be a bounce point on any of these time frames, right? And I've gone over this many times. The fair value gap was a pretty good bet here, right? I want to take this massive move to the upside that had this very large gap. I want to do the exact same thing I did on the daily time frame. I'm going to take my fib tool, move this here, right? I want to get the midpoint, which was, as you can see, 1975, 1974, 25. So we put limits at the 1975, which would be the midpoint of this massive fair value gap. Also, anything below this, fair enough as well. And you do have a slight order block at the bottom. So anything within the zone, I want to bid. So we bid a little bit higher, right? We bid at the mid zone instead of right down in the lows, because now the trend is shifting. We have the internal trend shift, which I said was right here. Let it play out. You get your microstructure break to the downside. Now we know from this point, when we broke to the downside, the possibility of these limits hitting is fairly high now. You broke to the downside now. The higher low formation you had internally here has broken. So good chance that our bids that were about 5 to 6% lower will hit. So it's a good thing to note, because we don't want to bid up in a 5%, right? We don't want to bid in this range up here when we know it broke structure to the downside. There's a high chance it comes back down here and bounces. But play got pretty close here. Looks like a lot of these bids were front ran on this double bottom. That's okay. We're still in a micro bearish structure, right? This structure right here is micro bearish, as we did have the downside break right here. So no need to fret and like FOMO into that buy, as you're still in the bearish microstructure, and your bids at the best point of value, which is that 1975 range, have a very high likelihood of hitting. And then there you go. We get into the range, right? This is, I don't remember what time this was, but we finally get into the range where we can start saying, okay, the bids are filling. Now we got to be a little bit more active and monitor structure. Bids fill at 1975. And I know you guys see this premium and discount. I'll explain this in 1 second as we let this play out. There you go, bounces from the bottom. As I said, that little tiny order block, right? Very low time frame order block, didn't offer too much value, but you got a decent bounce from that level. And then you fill out. I think there's one more, there might be one more test of 1975. I'm not sure. No, so no, you didn't get a second test. So if you didn't set limits and you were to market filter, you didn't get your second test in there, but 1975 limits filled here. And we'll let it play out to real time, because I think we're probably around this range up here. There we go. So that is how that entire position played out from top to bottom. Analysis from May 11th all the way up until the next day, May 12th, low time frame, trying to dissect the microstructure we had here, because none of this really matters on the high time frames, right? We do have, and I'll go over this in a second, we do have a point of interest, which you can see here as I labeled it, break of structure to confirm the micro bull trend. And I said, this is the main TP, right? $2,200. As you can see the price here, that's the main TP. Once that hits, we do have a lot that's about to go on. And this will bring me into my next stream note, which I think is, I didn't put it in here, but it's going over the outlook in the next week, and we'll talk about that now. As this point hits, right, this strong high, because we haven't seen a strong high break yet. This is the only strong high that's really been defending this entire range. As soon as this high breaks, a lot is about to go down. And the structure breaking means two different things. Strong high breaks and then your premium zone breaks. This is a very, very bullish indication, and not only because we have those two confluences for bullish trend shift, but we do have this 1 hour 200 EMA. As you guys know, I love to use these EMAs. It all lines up literally picture perfect right now. Strong high breaks, premium zone breaks out, and potentially we break out from the 1 hour 200 EMA as well. The rest of the market will be bullish for the entire week if this happens. So it would look like a very bright week for us if this does occur. It hasn't occurred yet, so we can't make any assumptions. We're going to react, not predict. But if this does occur, right, then the next reaction will be to stay with our bullish sentiment, as the majority of this bearish trend will then be trend shifting. As I said in the beginning, a hit and a break of the strong high is the point at which you're going to shift trend. So what I suspect is break trend, right, out of premium. You're going to have a lot of overheating in the market and a lot of people trying to buy into this breakout. We're going to have a rejection to take a lot of them back out. We're going to still form these higher lows. You have lows, 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 and then we're going to form some other low here back into the previous premium zone, which will then switch in a discount, and we're going to want to buy whatever comes back down into here, right? So that will be my reaction. If we get this breakout, we break the premium, we break the strong high, maybe come up, break the 1 hour 200 EMA, and then reject a bit to take out all of these traders who try to buying in a little bit too early. They're all going to get very upset with the rejection that occurs here, and then we buy into the rejection when they're stopping other trades. So we're going to buy into the liquidity they provide, right? And then we're going to continue the trends from there. And this will lead me into the next coins that I do think we should take advantage of during that moment. I have a small list of them. I'll probably post up a larger list soon. But this is the smallest right now. When at that moment when ETH breaks that, there's going to be a bunch on our list to watch, because I think that these will fly. We should probably add AVAX to this list, because AVAX is definitely a coin that I want to talk about, as I think it has a very bullish scenario in front of it. So that is the entire ETH trade. Made about, I don't know where we're at, 120%, 140, 150%, I'm not sure. But the ETH trade is amazing right now. What is our little over 8% move on a major? Fantastic. If you guys were early and got the bids from stream, almost a 20% move. Can't complain. It has been a beautiful last 48 hours so far. Are there any questions on how I charted this and how my mindset was going through this entire trade and how we determine certain levels? Ask right now before I move on to the next section. Someone said, what do you think of a minor pullback beginning of next week? I accept the idea, because as I said, right, going into Monday or Tuesday, we get this bullish run on the ES futures and SPY runs a little bit. I think that this will be the sponsor of the break of trend, and then we'll get that pullback they were talking about to still perform this higher time frame, higher low structure, and then we just buy whatever higher low fits into here. And again, buying into the higher low doesn't need to be rocket science. We're gonna do the same thing we did before. We're gonna figure out, at what level here can we find some potential bounce. And normally it's going to be on some type of order block that we find on, a 1 hour, 30 minute, maybe some type of fair value gap, which is going to produce, that exact balance, which even could be this 2,112 level, right? This is a fair value gap here. It was used already. It was used a little bit, as you can see. We had the gap in the next 15-minute candle that opened, obviously traded into it and bounced immediately. I still think this one has value because the bounce is very minuscule and is on a very low, 1 minute time frame. So hopefully this could be it. Again, if price trades through this and we get the rejection a little bit early, then we can't really react to that higher time frame bullish analysis I gave you, because 2,200 needs to break. If 2,200 doesn't break, and best case scenario, we have candles that close over it, then the entire bearish trend here is still intact. So 2,200, put that in your head. It needs to break, or the bearish trend is still intact and you're going to be in premium the whole time. So your rejection will be even harsher back into discount. Does everyone understand that? All right. So that's a full walkthrough. Beautiful trade. That's my full mindset. Let's move on to XRP. Someone said, any comment on the eclipse tonight? I got it right here. Don't fade the rock. Do not fade the rock. So we'll talk about the eclipse next as we get into XRP here. We'll pull up XRP into this chart. So XRP was a pretty fun trade, a lot easier than ETH. So I don't have a lot to go over on the XRP trade, as we could easily go through the same analysis factor of doing the weak lows, strong highs as they break. I'm sure you guys can see the entire formation now, right? Weak lows, strong highs, break, right? Inevitably, you get a break back above previous weak lows, strong high, break structure, exact same thing. You could go through it and do it, textbook by textbook on how I did the ETH trade. This one, a little bit more relaxing. I'll show you exactly what this was. Another fair value gap on the low side here. This fair value gap was pretty much picture perfect, right at the 40 cent zone, and we had the trend line breakout. I know everyone loves those, but sponsored a decent move here. Break the trend line breakout and then continue here. The goal for XRP is fairly simple. We want 50 cents. Once 50 cents here, there's a higher time frame order block here. Once 50 cents hits, we'll be taking off majority of the trade. A quarter of the XRP trade has been taken off at 50% profits. So got a 50% gain, took a quarter off, stops the break even. Let's just sit back. Let's allow the trade to play out without taking it too early. Hit the gains, which will be, if I'm not mistaken, about a 20% move. I'm okay with a 20% move. I'm all right with a 20% move, and that's what we'll do with XRP. Not selling too much more right now. Idea is going to be to break these highs here, break the highs. You have the 200 EMA on the 1 hour, get your rejection. You'll have your higher low. So those of you who are not in the XRP trade potentially can get into the trade somewhere around, I suspect, what is this level here? 44 cents, as you do have a fair value gap here. That will be your entry for that trade. But yeah, very simple on XRP. Two confluences, fair value gap. ETH was in a very bullish trend. If ETH is bullish, I suspect a lot of the other majors are bullish. So I wanted to find a decent demand zone that XRP was going to bounce to, because I didn't want to buy into a 15% pump. Some of you like doing that. I need to get you guys in the mindset of we don't buy these pumps. These are, this is for exit liquidity. This is when, if we were to get into this, then we are selling into this, right? We don't want to be the ones buying on top of others selling. We want to be there when the others are buying, and that gives the exact proportion that, or propulsion that this was. This was the propulsion candle that sent us out of the trendline breakout and potentially into breaking new highs here. We want to buy at those demand zones at discounts, right? You got a decent discount here, about a 14% discount. We buy those discounts. We don't buy all knives, as I was talking about at the beginning. We don't buy all knives, right? I know there's a lot of people buying ETH during this dip, right? They were trying to buy ETH here and then ETH here just because it was cheaper, They had no analysis behind it. Have some type of confluence, have a plan. You'll be successful, as I've shown you guys here. So that's XRP trade. Very, very simple. I suspect we all understand this one. Well, let's move on fast. USDT dominance. I've been talking about USDT dominance for a long time. We hit 7%. I said in the event that we do have any type of a relief, Tether dominance is going to need to start falling hard, and as which it did. Tether dominance is down about 2.45%. So about 2.45% move and stables back into the market. When this occurs, right, when you get harsh pullbacks like this, you can't refute the statement I'm about to make, because it's factual. It's the only thing that makes sense. As the Tether market cap drops over 2.3%, where's it going? Back into the market. That's a bullish trend when you do see sell-offs and Tether dominance. Tether dominance sold off, and we saw all of these massive moves that we were able to take advantage of. I don't want to go over Casper's trades, but he absolutely killed it. Had 4, 5, 6 different trades, all that he took advantage of buying the dip on a lot of major value altcoins. So he'll talk about those tomorrow. Stay tuned for that tomorrow for him to go over that, because he has a bunch of trades that he needs to review with you guys. So Tether dominance fell quite considerably. I do think that we have some type of relief bounce on Tether, which sounds weird to say relief bounce on Tether dominance, but the idea here is the relief bounce with Tether dominance will match up with the exact same ideal that ETH pumps, breaks trend, and then falls back down as it stops out a lot of these early long traders, and then we can end up buying again. So that's the idea. Tether dominance have its relief. This coincides with ETH breaking trend first and then having it sell off, and then the continuation to the downside for at least the next week. And that brings me to don't fade the rock. Some of you don't know what this means, so we'll go over it now. Some of you will definitely meme this, what I'm about to say, but again, yeah, I don't know if people can hear the dude in the Discord. He said it's his favorite. Again, this indicator probably outperforms every single one of you. So if you're going to talk shit on it, check your P&L versus what the P&L following this indicator would be, and you'd be surprised. We do have I want to say I don't know if it's full moon or new moon. It is coming up, and it's very consistent, and you should not fade it because it is more correct than you ever have been in your life. So don't fade the idea here. I've given you the analysis on ETH's low time frame potential bullish trend shift. We're coming. Oh, let's check this. Let's check ES futures right now. I didn't even check this yet. Are they open? Yeah, ES futures are open right now, and we're green as fuck. How green are we? We're almost 0.5% green on S&P 500 futures. We have ETH potentially breaking into bullish market structure trend shift. Plus, we have the full moon coming up, new moon. Yes, I didn't know which one it was. New moon coming up, fresh on the market. I don't need to say anything else, but you check the fucking data yourself and see how you're performing against it. You check the full moon data and see how you're performing against it. I guarantee you're getting fucked if you're not trading with us and you're trading against this indicator. So it's coming up. There's massive bullish confluence right now in the market. You're about to see a nice little, let's put it there. You're about to see a nice little black dot show up very soon here, right? Full moon comes, potential reversal. It's an eclipse moon too. So here we go. I mean, there's a lot of bullish indicators here for you to be in long positions. If you're still shorting, you might be able to get lucky on the sell-off that ETH has coming. But again, if the bull structure breaks, not the best idea to be shorting into a minus 40% move. Okay, that is don't fade the rock, because you don't fade the rock. And if you do, you've gotten destroyed so many times. So talk shit on all you want. Guarantee it's been outperforming you. Take it into consideration with your trades. Take it into consideration in your high time frame analysis. You won't regret it. Next up, top cryptos to trade. This one's easy. You guys see the screen. XRP, well, I think I have them all laid out. I do have them all laid out. We got Ape, we got Solana. Most of these we're already in. We're already in Ape, we're already in Sol, we're already in XRP. We are not in Chainlink. Let me move these a little bit higher. We got Sol, we got XRP, we got Ape. We're already in these trades. We don't have Algo. We have Atom from Glacier. We don't have Harmony One. We don't have AVAX. AVAX hasn't broken relative highs yet. That's why I do think AVAX is a good deal here. So most of these we have already, right? Either from me or from another trader in the PlayBit group. We've got some Sol, one of my favorites too. An absolute blessing on Sol from two different traders. I mean, I believe everyone's in this one as it's been sent out. It was duplicated. The trade was sent out twice. So blessed that you guys are in Sol. I think this is a very strong coin to have, not only from the technical side, but I do think that the event of Luna dying sends a lot of these very high skilled Web3 devs to find work in other protocols. So if you have these extremely highly talented Web3 devs coming fresh off a destroyed project, I mean, they're devastated to say the least, but their skills still hold a lot of value, and they're going to be picked up by a lot of these great layer one projects. They're going to be picked up by Sol. They're going to be picked up by AVAX, maybe FTM, maybe Atom, Harmony One. Who knows where they'll go, but there's fresh talent in the market right now, and I fucking guarantee you they're not staying with Luna anymore. So we're going to have a ton of fresh talent coming in the market, and that in of itself is a bullish confluence, whichever way that you want to spill it. Okay, so that's top cryptos. If we take any additional entries, obviously you guys will know about it in the premium side. We'll have you guys in there. Let me mark the ones we don't have. This is probably a good idea. Let me mark them down right now and send them to you guys. So let me send this out because this is gonna be a good one. The ones we have not entered yet, let's put them up right now. We don't have Algo, we don't have One, we don't have AVAX, which, hey, AVAX is my favorite one right now. And we don't have Link. And Link, let me tell you guys, Link literally needs only one announcement. What do announcements do for tokens? I don't know. Look at Ape. What was announced right here on Ape? Who wants to tell me? What right here was announced for Ape? Someone say it. The video game. I mean, as much as people want to, talk about these fundamental events not affecting the coins, it's a complete fallacy. The mass bear trend on Ape was insane. Ape is, and I've said this many times, Ape is only driven at this point in time on high time frames by massive fundamental events. What happened here? The accumulation for what? Other Deeds NFT. When did Other Deeds NFT mint? Right at the end of April. What happened after Ape lost its utility? I don't know what the drop was, but it was 85. You lost 85% of its value. Utility driven coin right here. It's not a bad thing whatsoever. It's easy to follow the utility graph here. The next utility that came out was a fresh teaser of their game. Absolutely polished, beautiful. It looks like a AAA game. Who knows what the utility is going to be? So right now the token is definitely falling off speculation. Maybe buy the game in Ape, in-game currency for the game is Ape. Who the fuck knows? It doesn't matter. What matters is we know that that fundamental event has driven price up, and the exact same event, and I'm going to link this over to what I believe was Chainlink. Chainlink has one event it needs to get out of its 3-year bear market. And I say 3-year bear market, I know it's hitting highs. It's hitting all-time highs last 3 years. However, it's one of the most disappointing coins in the last 2 bull markets. And anyone that's a holder will tell you the exact same thing. Chainlink has one single announcement it needs and it will change the whole game. If you don't understand the fundamentals with Chainlink and why it gets sold off consistently, even though it's the #1 oracle in all of crypto right now, it's because at its core it's a DeFi token, and validators get paid in what? Validators get paid in Chainlink. How does a validator pay his mortgage? He can't give Chainlink to the fucking bank. He's selling Chainlink on the open market and taking in fiat to pay his bills. In what scenario will we stop that event, right? Stop that artificial selling over and over and over. It's very easy. This has happened many times with different protocols. It happened with Luna. Staking. At the event that we have any type of proposal for Chainlink to offer staking, validators now have an absolute reason to hold on to their link bags and stop selling it every time they get paid out in their validator nodes. This means that they take validator link and they stake it for 5, 10, hopefully more than 15%. I know it's not sustainable. Don't fucking at me about the Luna 20% bullshit. I understand that. I hope it's a little bit more enticing to them to take their link and stake it so we can get rid of the whales selling this consistently, because the validators, the whales at the end of the day, they're the ones keeping the Oracle protocol alive. So staking gets announced, Chainlink is going fucking wild, and the entire market will talk about it for a whole month. Mark my words, that's going to happen. I don't know if it will happen, but if it does, the use case for Chainlink goes up significantly, and the investment value goes up a lot more as well. All right, so that's pretty much everything. Let's mark, AVAX is my favorite right now. So as far as the next trades, AVAX absolutely looking like the next buy, layer 1 token. As I said, Luna Genius Dev's going to flow somewhere. I don't know where, but pick a top 5 layer 5 coin and you'll go there. We can go into our May trades. How have we done in May? We've done spectacular so far. How many wins? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 with 4 losses. Great streak so far with losses. Also, take note. Take fucking note on the amount I'm losing on my losses as well. Take note on how much I lose, right? And then how much I win. I might not trade too much. I've seen people complain, you don't trade enough. You don't trade enough. I don't need to trade too much, right? If you're taking very high R&R trades, you have a very great reward to the amount that you're risking per trade. I don't need to trade 30, 40 different times a day. I actually think that over trading like that is going to burn you out, and you need to take on the motto to trade like a sniper rather than a machine gun. You're going to hit more times with a sniper because you're taking time to slow down, reload, analyze. Whether your machine gun, you're wasting the entire clip every time. So be more consistent, trade a little bit slower, a little bit more calm. You can see the results that I put out. It makes sense to do this. Casper might tell you something else. Dude trades a lot more than me, but he also has a lot tighter risk to reward, so he can afford to take a lot more trades than I can. So make sure to tune in tomorrow. A lot more knowledge will be dropped tomorrow. The best thing about me and Casper is we trade 2 different styles, so you'll learn 2 different ways, double the knowledge. So that's May trades. We have some non-official trades, stream bids. I don't know if I can put these into the recap because not all of you attend my streams. Hopefully you start, because when we go over the streams and I tell you what's going to happen and it happens, right? I can't really put it in my recap because some of you are going to complain that I didn't send it out in the Discord. We have official live streams that we do for this. Come to the fucking streams, please. It's what you pay for, or on the free side of YouTube. A ton of fucking knowledge here. But there they are. Great, absolutely great. What are we, midway? We're midway into May right now. Absolutely beautiful. How else can we put this? We're doing great. We are streaming for about 45 minutes. We cut it down from last time. I like it. This time frame of streaming is down a little bit more. So let's take some questions. Let's go over something. I assume I went over everything you guys would want to talk about, but if there's anything else, send it and let's get it going. I'm gonna get some water and we'll answer your questions on this beautiful Sunday evening. You guys can ask questions in the Discord or on YouTube. It doesn't matter to me. We have how many views? We got 78 views right now. If there's no questions, we'll cut a little bit early if y'all want. I suspect every question you guys had was answered at some point during the stream. Do TA on AVAX? Sure, let's go for it. So AVAX, and this is good that you brought this up. I guess this should have been actually one of the ones that we went over, because AVAX I'm extremely bullish on. I have this 20. The AVAX did hit 23 at one point, and I have to figure out why I have this line here. I think this was 50% from a daily imbalance or maybe a daily order block. It might have been a 4-hour order block that was hit. A little bit of a low time frame for over, I don't know how many days this was. This level won't matter to you guys too much, but the bounce from this level definitely occurred from some type. It looks like a lower time frame, because here's the demand zone. Here's your mass demand zone. However, it didn't mitigate the bottom of the demand zone, so that means that there's an order block below this, and for you to discover the order block, you're going to have to go down a few. Yeah, you have a 12-hour order block here. I don't know if this hit though. Oh, so this may have been, it looks like it didn't hit it, but that's a 12-hour order block, definitely gave a ton of demand. So you have fair value and then order block. It doesn't look like the order block actually hit, so this one would have been a little bit more difficult to tag onto. But AVAX, again, top 10 layer coin, top 10 projects that I think a lot of these Luna devs are going to want to go to. It hasn't broken its relative highs yet, so it really hasn't had that massive bounce that the rest of the market is. And if you compare this to Sol, look at Sol. Sol is already 5 to 6%, or maybe less than that. Yeah, only 3% above the high break. AVAX hasn't had the high break yet. So AVAX is looking beautiful. The only single problem in the market is you have not confirmed the bullish structure break. It hasn't happened yet. So going long into premium. Oh, I didn't describe you guys to the premium discount yet. Let me finish this. Premium discount, right? When range is built from range high to range low, normally it's going to be a strong high to some type of point of interest, high time frame order block, high time frame fair, whatever the fuck it was, wherever the bounce came from, right? Could even be a daily 200 EMA bounce. Range high to range low, script it up with the fib top to bottom 50%. 50% of the range is premium, 50% of the range is discount. You want to buy in discount, sell in premium, bada bing, bada boom. Very easy to understand this theory because we were looking at ETH in premium and we wanted it in discount. So we waited, put limits in discount, had a few other confluence with a daily fair value gap, and bada boom. You know, we bought discount, we've been trimming in a premium. Easy concept. I didn't go over it earlier, sorry about that. But same thing here with AVAX. We're going to want to wait until ETH breaks the bullish trend because then it'll have more confluence to start buying some of these that are up, you know, 20%. I'm not someone that buys the 21, 22% moves. I don't want to do it. I'm going to wait for a discount range and then I attack. So until I get that ETH break, I come back to AVAX, I look at it, we find some type of lower time frame, you know, demand block that it could possibly flow to, and then buy it. But very bullish on AVAX, very, very, very bullish on AVAX. I think it's, you know, it was right there alongside Luna for a very long time. A few fundamental bearish scenarios, which would be maybe the token release that's coming up. I won't put too much value on it because I do think people who are getting offered the token release aren't going to want to sell while it's down fucking 76%. So, and going into bullish structure, I don't think so. So AVAX, absolutely a buy for me. I think if you are a buyer at current price, $36.78, I think that if you're a buyer here, you're not a buyer on leverage at all because your downside risk is fairly high. It would be great if we got a 3150 bounce. Like, I'm a buyer here. 13% dip is hard to stomach on futures. Even if you're on even if you're on 2x, I mean 26% on 2x is still hard to stomach. So what we want to do is prevent a lot of risk being incurred from a trade and produce the highest amount of reward. And that wouldn't be me buying right now. That would be me buying potentially on this. Let's mark this right here. Potentially on the break, and then it falling back down to some lower fair value gap or order block, whatever it may be. But I can't buy yet until ETH breaks. So we're in the trades already. Wait for ETH to break, and then again, we'll have a beautiful week because then we can just start buying coins left and right. There's a lot of questions on the YouTube now. Let's see. Someone's spamming. It looks like JL. I look forward to show more than content analysis and the way they present content. Whenever we have dips like this, picture Mr. Grayson Miles. Oh, fucking JL's JL's copy pasting in the chat. I can't pay attention to that. What are you looking for with algo for entry? Algo will be the same thing. I like algo a lot as well. Algo at 50 cents historically has been a great buy. As you can see, the previous bear market, when we had that June, July, August, 71 cents was your blessing. And then again, back in the start of the bull run in 2021, 50 cents was again your blessing. I think this is where we're going to start buying it. You have 2020 highs being retested right now. So again, a lot of these buys are going to be very dependent on the next outcome of ETH break or not. I have an alert set. I have an alert set at the final TP. Once ETH breaks this, we'll be ready to go and, you know, buy a lot of these coins that have the pullback maybe Monday night, Tuesday, Wednesday morning. Who knows when the pullback will occur, but in the event that pullback occurs, you will already know from me having said it that the bullish structure has shifted and it is time to buy those dips while the rest of the market, honestly, you're going to see this. The rest of the market is going to start telling you, oh, it's over, everything's dropping 10, 15%. It's fucking over. What did I just say with AVAX? That 10, 15% dip is what we want we want to buy when I guarantee you we'll be buying the exit liquidity from a lot of these other people who are getting scared from the dips. Oh, it's going back down. Again, that in the event the trend shifts, we'll know exactly what to do. We have the roadmap laid out. We'll have the roadmap laid out. Looks like it. Did the closing in 12 minutes. What do you got to say about the closing candle so far? Let's check it. They're all green. They all look great. But I mean, look, I would assume all daily candles have this, 3 white soldier pattern. It's in a bad pattern. Very bullish. 3 green daily closes in a row into massive down draw. You do have a supply block here, though. Does all coins have it? Yeah, all coins are going to have that supply block right above. This adds up. This is literally getting, this is getting crazy because all the roadmap looks fucking fantastic right now. This line, let's mark this so you guys don't fucking ask me. We got daily supply right here. Where the fuck does it say it? Why is it all the way over here? Hold on. Let me make this a little bit better. So you got the roadmap. This is the satisfying part of trading too. And you get the whole roadmap written up and you're ready to go. So this is, I don't want to predict here. I'm going to tell you guys what this, reaction will be. If we break the premium highs, we're going to get a lot of people buying. A lot of people will be buying into this. Please don't be one of them, because in the event we break these highs, we have that 1 hour 200, which is supply. We have the daily supply, right? Which looks just like this, right? 1 green candle before massive capitulation. And into that, a lot of bigger players are going to look to sell into you for exit liquidity. And then once that sell-off happens, if it does, there's a very high chance that it even can't, but this is the roadmap we have right now. We're going to want to even short, right? We might even start shorts here. Short from the daily supply into lower time frame demands, and then we relong, and then we know that it's fucking money season because we have the whole ETH structure built out, and we'll be bullish for the rest of the week. Again, 2200 ETH, let it break, and we'll be able to rock and roll after that. All right, JL, I'm gonna need you to get out of the chat room. God damn it. Okay, the rest of the questions I see look pretty redundant. I've already answered them. I don't want to go over them again. We look good. All right, guys, that was 56 minutes with Bitcoin Playboy. So I hope you guys learned a little bit. If you have more questions, you can ask me within the Discord. I'll be online. Yeah, and if you're not in, sign up with the link below. Can you ask a stock question? I don't want to go over stocks, but if you guys want to go over stocks, let me end the stream. Let me end the stream because I want to do this full crypto stream, and then we'll talk about stocks privately with the Discord group. Sticky Schmuck, I think Bitcoin swing high will be the same as ETH. I think ETH is cleaner, so follow. At least personally, I want to follow ETH because the structure is cleaner for me to read right now. But I assume that Bitcoin has the same. Let's just look at it. I want to assume that it has the exact same structure. It would be odd if the structures weren't the same, right? Yeah, the structures are identical. Yeah, they look literally identical. Where is this? Boom, boom. Yeah, identical structures. So 2200 on ETH is 32,000 on Bitcoin, but this one doesn't look too clean. As I said, this is why I'm looking at ETH, because look at this. All the highs within this range look so fucking weird. And look at ETH. ETH has one specific high we can easily pinpoint as the breaker, right? But here there's several. So at least for me, I want to read the chart that's easier for me to digest, so I stick with ETH here. But it looks like the exact same, 32,000, give or take. I guess it's a few $100 in deviation, and it'll be the same exact outcome. Of course, guys, thanks for tuning in. Great stream. Tell your family about us. Hopefully they're not selling into the demand. I posted about selling XRP like 2 days ago, or like 24 hours ago. I was like, please don't sell XRP at the bottom here. XRP rails 6%. I'm sure people sold it anyways. Whatever it may be. Oh my God, Kidzar is back in free chat. All right, let's end the stream. Good stream, guys. Hopefully you learned something. Hopefully you understand the outlook going into next week. Hopefully you understand what coins I'm watching. Hopefully you understand that we're fucking printing right now. Other than that, have a great rest of your day. I would say get some sunlight, but there's none out anymore. Go get a drink, chill. See you, Mike.